Alright, so what is going on, guys? It is Noah here, and I'm back bringing you guys another new video. And for today's video, it's going to be a pretty quick one, as I'm just showing you guys my knife-only classes I use in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And I like to make these videos in the beginning of the year because throughout the year of the Call of Duty cycle, I get a lot of questions on what my class is, and then I'm glad that I can just send people to this video instead of having to explain it to them over like a comment section or something like that. And also, you guys really seem to like my last Modern Warfare one. Apparently, it helped out a lot of people, so hopefully we can do that again with this video. But it is a little bit unfortunate this year for knifing classes because unlike every single Black Ops except Black Ops 1, we don't have a pick 10 system anymore, so the classes are a little bit more restricted than we're used to for knifing. For example, there's no traditional perk greed, and we can't take off our primary like we used to, so the classes are a little bit different for knifing in this game, unlike the last couple Black Ops games. So I'm going to be completely honest, I really only use about 2 or 3 classes for knifing in this game, and as you guys know, I mainly only use the Tomahawk, so I'm not really the biggest person to go stab and stuff like that, so that's why my classes are more oriented towards Tomahawk feeds and just highlights like that in general. And we can just jump right into it here with my main class. This is pretty much what I use exclusively. So for the primary, it doesn't really matter, but I recommend putting a submachine gun just because it's something light. And I mainly just run around with my pistol out. I really like the Magnum right now. As you can see, it's max level, but I've been working on my 1911 as of right now. The 1911 has the most mobility in the game for pistols, but honestly, the pistols are already light enough, so you're good with either one, or for any pistol for that matter. And then obviously you're going to want 2 stun grenades and 2 Tomahawks with the Danger Close wild card. And I really wish we were able to use different wild cards. And honestly, you can go ahead and use a different wild card if you don't mind playing with only 1 Tomahawk. But for me, and just for the highlights that I go for, it's really tough to use only 1 Tomahawk because the 2 Tomahawks save you in so many different situations. So honestly, I feel like Danger Close for me personally is really a crutch in this game. And for your field upgrade, right now I'm using Field Mic, but honestly, there's 3 good options in my opinion. I highly recommend Field Mic, Sam Turret, or Jammer. All 3 of those in my opinion are really good. Sam Turret obviously will take down streaks like UAVs and stuff, and the Sam Turret taking out enemy UAVs is really important because I'm actually not able to run Ghost in this game, which I usually do in almost every game. And like I said, since we're running Danger Close, I'm only able to have 3 perks, and for the first perk I pretty much recommend Tac Mask, but on my second class I have Flak Jacket, and I'll get into that in a bit. But then for my second perk, honestly, it doesn't really matter that much if you don't use Scavenger. Just make sure if you're trying to replenish Tomahawks, do not use Scavenger because Scavenger does not work for replenishing Tomahawks in this game. But like I said, the second perk isn't really too helpful. Quartermaster recharges your equipment over 25 seconds, but the highlights and feeds I go for specifically, if you have 0 Tomahawks, 25 seconds is a really long time to wait for some, especially in a 6v6 environment. That's why I really feel like Quartermaster isn't that helpful, but I do have it on just for the odd chance I'm alive for long enough. But if you like Tracker, I would go ahead and use Tracker, and surprisingly, I really like Assassin. I have it on one of my knifing classes. And as you can see by the description, enemies will appear on your minimap when shooting or revealed by the spy plane, and they'll have a bigger indicator if they're on a kill streak. And I think this kill streak starts even if they have 2 kills or more, because I've killed people and it says I've killed them off their assassin streak ×2. So it's really helpful just having an extra indicator for enemies on the minimap. And I was really surprised that I enjoyed knifing with this perk as well. And for my third perk, I feel like Gung Ho is really a crutch right now if you're trying to hit feeds with the Tomahawk in this game, just because the animation is very similar to Black Ops 4, where it was super slow and you have that initial bringing your arm up animation just like Black Ops 4. So I feel like Gung Ho is really a crutch because I tried going Tomahawk only without it and it was just incredibly slow. But if you can trust yourself to not use Gung Ho, I would go ahead and use Ghost or Ninja because those are really 2 great perks in this class. But like I said, for me personally and the highlights I go for, Gung Ho is really a crutch in my opinion. And the reason I have main 2 is my second class. It has Flak Jacket on it because depending on the lobby, I prefer to use Tac Mask while knifing, but depending on the lobby, if they're using like grenade launchers a bunch or just straight up spamming frag grenades or Semtex or something, then I go ahead and switch to my Flak Jacket class if it's just too spammy. And that's really all my second class is for. That's literally the only thing that changes outside the weapons. And then my third class, it's kind of just like my oddball class where I have the heavier guns. If I'm playing Crossroads especially, I already have a bunch of quad Tomahawk feeds on that map, so I go ahead and challenge myself with some heavier guns to go run around with. Also, another thing I forgot to mention that is actually really helpful to me is whatever gun you decide to hold, if it's like a primary or a secondary, I highly recommend using a flashlight attachment. You can get a flashlight on most of the guns I think in this game, and it really does help me out a lot to be able to spot people from far away and spot people that are like hiding in the bushes on cartel and stuff like that. All it does is it makes their name pop up from like way further when you kind of graze over them with your crosshairs. And honestly, it's just helped me out a lot spotting people from different distances and stuff like that, especially with me being pretty colorblind. It really helps a lot. I think I'm going to show some gameplay from Drifter's video. He made a video on this entire attachment, so I'll definitely credit the video in the description. You can go watch the full thing. And like I said, these 3 classes are what I use for Tomahawk only feeding in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And if you're looking for more of a creative class setup for like going for streaks and like actually stabbing and going for high kill streaks with just the knife and Tomahawk, I would recommend something like this, but I will say I personally haven't used this class as I haven't even gotten around to using the actual knife yet because I've been working on my pistols to get all the camos and stuff like that, but then after that I'll move on to the knife. If you guys want a better class setup for like going on streaks or something, I would recommend watching one of my friends like These Knives Only or Unseeable Ninja or somebody like that, because they are definitely much better than me at going for knife only streaks and gameplays and stuff like that. I'm just not super into that anymore, just because me personally right now, I really just like running around with the Tomahawk and getting those really cool quad feeds and highlights and stuff like that. And just in case people are wondering what streaks I use, I definitely use all the non-lethal streaks. I use spy plane, counter spy plane, and air patrol. If you don't know what the air patrol is, it literally just takes out any of the aerial score streaks that your enemies have, and I couldn't recommend this streak anymore. If they have an attack chopper, if they have a chopper gunner, and you call this in, those streaks are going to be taken out immediately, and I love holding on to this, especially towards the end of the game where all the timed kill streaks start coming in. I can't even tell you how many attack choppers and chopper gunners I've taken out with literally pressing one button thanks to the air patrol. Definitely my favorite score streak in this game by far. And other than that, that's really going to finish up our Tomahawk only classes in Black Ops Cold War. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Like I said, if anybody's wondering what my creative class is, I'm just going to send you guys to this video. And if you'd like to see some of my Tomahawk quad feeds that I already hit in this game, you can go check out my last video. I really enjoyed making that one. And if you're new around here and want to see more Tomahawk and knife only stuff, be sure to subscribe. Do me a favor and leave a like on this video if it did help you out. And if you want to see me live stream some knife only stuff on Twitch, you can go follow me over there. I stream pretty much every other day now that this game is out. And like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.